just going to introduce the concept of the Sales Hub. We still have a lot of customers out there that are using an older version of Dynamics 365 where they're upgraded, but they're still on that classic, if you will, user interface. And I wanted to just highlight, what we're going to be able to see here in the Sales Hub, and hopefully, if everyone remembers the things that we saw in our environment on the mobile phone, a lot of that's going to translate over to what we're going to see here. So first and foremost, you can see this is the exact same dashboard that we landed on, from that bucket of leads to the relationship assistant telling me things that I need to focus on to my opportunities that are out there. Again, if I've pinned records, they're going to show up here, so I can get to customers that I frequent often. I can also use the advanced search feature. If I want to just go ahead and look at the relationship assistant all by itself, like I did on the phone, that can show up here as well. And then I can navigate on the left-hand side to really any of the areas within the application that I need to get to at a click of a button. But since I've pinned AdventureWorks, we're going to go ahead and kind of go there directly. So this is that account that we talked about, that we looked at on our phone. Now, again, I just want to highlight the power of the fact that the mobile application and what we saw now are virtually identical, including the appointment that we just created a few moments ago that we've got scheduled in a few minutes that I used my voice to actually physically create. Filtering capabilities still exist here like it did on the phone. I have access to the sales history information like we saw on the phone. I have the ability to drill into the documents like we saw on the phone. So 100% kind of capable from a phone to the actual browser window. We can see all of that in one single location and interact into the same documents and same files that we saw a few moments ago. So the concept here is, whether I'm in a mobile device or I'm in a Sales Hub device or I'm in on my browser or even within Outlook, the ability to kind of see all of the similar information and access it is there. Now, Sales Hub is going to take it a step further. Like I mentioned, we've got the opportunities and account records that we can drill into, and I'll drill into an opportunity in a few minutes. But we also have the ability to kind of configure these screens, if you will, to fit your organization's needs. So if things need to be moved around or fields need to get added, it is extremely easy to do. And tabs can be created very, very easy for your organization as well. So the tool remains highly configurable to what your organization needs. And as soon as I make configuration changes here, it's instantly available to those that are in my mobile application. So any changes kind of get propagated through all the way to the mobile client, which is, again, extremely powerful. So the concept here is, I've got the Sales Hub environment where I can access my customer information very easily. This is going to be sales specific information, so I'm not going to really see cases or anything of that nature. However, if I wanted to be able to drill into a customer case, I can see that here. But I'm not going to get the case related activity, entities like you would from that classic view. This is just giving me the sales specific information that the sales rep needs to do in order to kind of get through their day and get through their job and their workload. So again, just highly responsive and easy to interact with, and giving you that simpler look and feel and that timeline feature that we talked about a few moments ago. So kind of moving on to the next tidbit, we're going to spend just a few minutes kind of talking about the personal assistant. And I know I've already highlighted it a few times, but I'm actually going to show you inside the environment, what some of the options are and the tools that are available inside the environment and how easy it is to turn that on. So I'm going to go back over to my environment, and we're just going to go ahead and click on the relationship assistant, and it's going to pop open into a window on the side that I can go ahead and view. And again, this is showing me all the top of the mind stuff based off of either dates, based off of either things that customers said to me in an email, or based off of very specific things that are going on inside of my environment. Now, one other thing I just quickly wanted to highlight is I'm going to go to a specific record here. Let me go to a contact record, and I'm going to go ahead and just look at my list of contacts, but I want to grab Aaron White, and we're going to go into his information. And one of the other pieces that's going to show up here is this concept of talking points. Now, there's none available for now because Aaron White's a fictitious person with a generic email. But as I'm starting to interact with him, and we receive emails from him, and he mentions information about his health or his family or his favorite sports team, or things that he's doing from vacation or entertainment wise, those talking points are going to start to show up here on the side, and I'll be allowed to kind of see that information right there with really not having to do anything at all. So the AI component of the solution is going to look at my emails, grab that content, and present it here for me to go ahead and interact with. Now, how I turn on the relationship assistant is I come down to my sales section and I go to app settings. Now, this is something that needs to be done at the system level. So again, something that your system manager would have to ultimately do. And we're gonna just go over to personal settings, and we can see the relationship, our system configurations, I apologize. And we can see all the different configuration options that are available here, including some items that are in preview, as well as some items that are, involve some additional purchases, like the sales AI solution, which requires an additional purchase. But the assistant is set up here, and I can just click on configure, and you're going to see all of the different cards that are available, as well as a quick write-up on what the sales assistant is and how you can go ahead and use it. But if I scroll down, you're going to see all the different cards that are scheduled, what priority I gave them, what roles they show up for. So for example, I've got a meeting that's coming up, show that. My customer opened an email that I sent to them, let me know about that. I've got a meeting that's coming up, make that very loud and present and kind of in my face. I missed an email from a few days ago where a customer is asking me to respond immediately. Show that as an action card. So again, something came into my email, but it's from a customer inside of my CRM environment, and it's telling me that I need to interact with that. It's going to automatically create a card for me to interact with that and see that information inside of my environment. As well as if I just kind of scroll down, we go a little bit further, and if you're using Dynamics 365 and you're scheduling appointments and you've got flight information coming in from an airline and it says add to your Outlook calendar, you can actually have that show up in your CRM environment saying, hey, Joel, you've got a flight today leaving to go visit a customer. Or, hey, you've got this deal set to close in the next few days, but you have not created an activity for this. So a high probability deal set to close, and I haven't done anything with it. So notify me about this when there's no activity, and we can say for 5 days. If there's anything else I want to go ahead and add, I can, and I just quickly turn it on. And then now that card is available, and it's going to be part of my overall experience to see inside of my environment. Now, the cool thing about this is that these relationship assistance cards are growing. Microsoft is adding new cards on a very regular basis, and you can even create your own cards if you want to based off of Microsoft Flow. So it's starting to become more and more extendable. But what we like about this is, again, this becomes that personal sales assistant for your organization to use.